Lai 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 We are on page 126, Hine Matov. Hine Matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov, shevet achim gam yachad. And on page 128, Ki Eshmera Shabbat. Ki Eshmera Shabbat, Yishmereni. Ki Eshmera Shabbat, Yishmereni. Otilu ol me'at beinu veini. Otilu ol me'at beinu veini. Ki Eshmera Shabbat, Yishmereni. Ki Eshmera Shabbat, Yishmereni.
On page 129, we enter this sanctuary to welcome Shabbat. Within these walls we sit surrounded by numberless generations. Our ancestors built the synagogue as a visible sign of God's presence in their midst. Throughout our long history and our endless wanderings, it has endured, a beacon of truth, love, and justice for all humanity. Its presence guided our ancestors to live lives of righteousness, holding up to them a vision of their truest selves. Now we, in our turn, come into this sanctuary to affirm the sacredness of our lives. May we enter this place in peace. May holiness wrap around us as we cross its threshold. Weariness, doubt, the flaws within our human hearts, the harshness of the weak, let these drop away at the door. In the brightness of Shabbat, let peace settle upon us as we lift our hearts in prayer.
And we continue with Shirul Adonai on page 131. Shirul Adonai, Shirul Shir Hadash, Shirul Adonai, Kol Haaretz. Shirul Adonai, Shirul Shir Hadash, Shirul Adonai, Kol Haaretz. Shirul Adonai, Baruch Shemo, Basru miyom leyom Yeshuato. Shirul Adonai, Baruch Shemo, Basru miyom leyom Yeshuato. Shirul Adonai, Shirul Shir Hadash, Shirul Adonai, Kol Haaretz. Shirul Adonai, Shirul Shir Hadash, Shirul Adonai, Kol Haaretz. Shirul Adonai, Baruch Shemo, Basru miyom leyom Yeshuato. Shirul Adonai, Baruch Shemo, Basru miyom leyom Yeshuato. We now turn to the beautiful Shabbat Piyutim L'Chadudi on page 138. And we sing verses 1, 2, 5, and 9 as usual. L'Chadudi L'Ikrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Mekabela L'Chadudi L'Ikrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Mekabela L'Chadudi L'Chadudi L'Ikrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Mekabela L'Chadudi L'Ikrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Mekabela Shamu v'zachu b'dibur echad Hishmiyanu el am yuchad Adonai echad u'shemu echad L'Shem u'tiferet v'litilah L'Chadudi L'Chadudi L'Ikrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Mekabela L'Chadudi L'Ikrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Mekabela L'Ikrat Shabbat L'chu v'necha Ki makor habracha Merosh Mikedem Nesucha Sof Maaseh b'machshava techila L'Chadudi L'Chadudi L'Ikrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Mekabela L'Chadudi L'Ikrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Mekabela Hitoreri, hitoreri Ki va'orer kumi uri, uri, uri Shi'edaberi Kavot Adonai alayech nigla L'Chadudi L'Chadudi L'Ikrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Mekabela L'Chadudi L'Ikrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Mekabela Boi v'shalom ateret bala Gam b'simcha u'v'tzola Toch emunei am segula Boi hala L'Chadudi L'Chadudi L'Ikrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Mekabela L'Chadudi L'Ikrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Mekabela. And for lighting our memorial and our Shabbat and Yom Tov candles, if I can ask Judith Arkwright to come up. And we are on page 384 tonight because we are in Sukkot.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Shabbat Shalom. Well, let's greet one another with Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
I hear you've got some in your voice.
Oh yeah, still have my voice hasn't recovered. No.
Using a lemon as my place marker. Shabbat
Shalom. Mwah. The sweet one. So that's not a real etrog, that's just a percussion instrument, right?
Exactly. Well,
This
we'll
way, this is the
never
real
know.
one, right? No.
No, the real one's in the little
They
box.
are, Jeffrey, they are real etrogs.
Excuse me, you don't say etrogs.
It's in the-
etrogim.
Yeah, etrogim.
Etrogim.
They're in the box.
Bevakasha.
All right, Shabbat Shalom, everybody, and welcome to all of those who are joining us online on Temple David YouTube video. It's lovely to have you with us. And we are in Sukkot still, Zman Simchatenu, season of our rejoicing. I'd like to take this opportunity to acknowledge that we are gathered on the traditional lands of the Wajak people of the Noongar Nation and pay my respects to elders both past and present. Now we turn to page 627 for Shalom Aleichem, and we think about the angels in our midst who've been helping us during the week, our family, our friends, our colleagues, random people we might have met somewhere. Page 627. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bachuni leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedem leShalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mihi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Please turn now to page 392 for Hatzi Kaddish in the festival evening service. And please rise. Page 392.
Yitgedavid Gedash Meraba.
Amen. Amen.
Bahu et Adonai Hamavora.
Baruch Adonai, Hamevorach, Hamevorach, Le'olam Va'ed. Hamevorach, Hamevorach, Le'olam Va'ed. We continue on page 396. Please join Judith in the English towards the bottom of the page.
Blessed are you, eternal our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, whose wisdom opens heaven's gates, whose understanding changes times and seasons, and who arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzavot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign over us into eternity.
Blessed are you, Eternal One, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'arif Aravim. Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amecha Avta, Amcha Avta, Torah u'mitzvot, Hukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Al kain Adonai Eloheinu b'shorteinu, uvkumeinu na'asiyah b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד, כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגי יומם ולילה, נגי יומם ולילה, ואהבת רע אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד. You may be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וכשאתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
We turn the page to page 405 at the top. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird which cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field frozen with snow.
And we continue with our song of freedom, Mi Chamocha, on the next page. Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi Kamocha neda ba'kodesh, Nora teilot hosefele, Malchutecha ra'u banecha, Bokei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze'elianu v'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, v'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov, u'klomi yatazak mimenu. Baruch atah Adonai Kol Yisrael. Amen. We continue on page 408 with Hashkivenu, asking God to spread over us the shelter of His peace. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu Malkeinu leChayim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom, v'hamidenu Malkeinu leChayim.
And then below, spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel for your name's sake. Be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore.
Blessed are you, Eternal One, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over all your people Israel, and over Jerusalem. Baruch atah Adonai, hapores Sukkot shalom aleinu, ve'akol amu Yisrael, va'al Yerushalayim. And turning the page to V'shamru, our song about observing Shabbat. V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat, לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים, עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. We now rise for the Amidah on page 468. Please feel free to sit if you need to and when you've completed your prayers. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agitelatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agitelatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor HaNorah El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim HaKoneh HaKol V'Zocher Chasdei Avot Imot ומביא גאולה לפני ולפניו, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגיד אברהם עזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, בחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע. משיף הרוח ומוריד הגשם, משיח השמש ומוריד הטל, מחלל חיים בחסד, בחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא גאולים, ומציע אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשמונה page. Your might, O God, renews the earth. With the dew of light and blessing, let the earth be illumined and blessed.
With the dew of joy and delight, let the earth rejoice and sing out.
With the dew of life and well-being, let the earth be revived and improved.
With the dew of redemption, let the earth be redeemed.
Livracha v'lo leklala, l'chaim v'lo l'mavet, l'sova v'lo l'razon. For blessing and not for curse, for life and not death, for abundance, not want. And on the next page. Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'kdushim b'ol yom yalilucha selah baruch atah Adonai Elohim HaKadosh. And on page 478. You have chosen us in love and favor by making us holy through your mitzvot and drawing us close to your service, that through us your great and holy name may become known in all the earth. In your love, eternal our God, you have given us Shabbatot of rest, feasts of gladness, and seasons of joy, this Shabbat day and this festival of Sukkot, season of our rejoicing, to unite in worship and recall the Exodus from Egypt. On page 418, Our God and God of our ancestors, be mindful of your people Israel and recall our merit for good and grace, and in loving kindness and compassion for life and peace on this festival of Sukkot. Zochreinu Adonai Eloheinu bo l'tovah.
Amen.
Ufkodeinu bo livracha.
Amen.
V'hoshi'einu bo l'chayim.
Amen.
This day remember us for well-being.
Amen.
This day bless us with your nearness.
Amen.
This day help us to a fuller life.
Amen.
We now continue with the prayers of our heart or the prayers on the page, and do feel free to sit down. And we come together again on page 492 with Oseh Shalom. May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable to you, O God, my rock and my redeemer.
Oseh Shalom bimromav, Hu yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, Amen. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Oseh Shalom bimromav, Hu yaseh Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, Amen. May the one who makes peace in the high heavens make peace for us, all Israel, and all who inhabit the earth. Amen.
Amen.
Now it gives me great pleasure to invite Jeffrey up onto the beamer to give our drush this evening.
Of all the Jewish festivals, Sukkot is arguably the one that speaks most powerfully to our time. Kohelet, in English called the Book of Ecclesiastes, which is read on Sukkot. Kohelet could almost have been written this year. We have the picture of ultimate success, the man who has it all, the houses, the cars, the clothes, the envy of others. He's pursued everything this world can offer, from pleasure to possessions, to power, to wisdom, and yet, examining the totality of his life, he can only say, in brief, powerful Hebrew, Havel havalim akol havel, meaningless, meaningless, everything is meaningless. Kohelet's failure to find meaning is directly related to his obsession with himself. He says, I built for myself, I gathered for myself, I acquired for myself. The more he pursues his desires, the emptier his life becomes. The book of Kohelet is a powerful critique of the consumer society whose idol is the self, whose icon is the selfie, and whose moral code is whatever works for you. This is the society that achieved unprecedented affluence, giving people more choices than they've ever known. And at the same time, we see a disturbing rise in alcohol and drug abuse and suicide. Of all the things people have chosen to worship, the self is the least fulfilling. A culture of narcissism quickly gives way to loneliness and despair. In the end, Kohelet finds meaning in simple things. Let me quote from what he says. Sweet is the sleep of a laboring man. Eat, drink, and enjoy the sun. Enjoy life with the spouse you love. That ultimately is the meaning of Sukkot as a whole. It's a festival of simple things. It's the time we come closest to nature. We sit in a hut with only leaves for a roof, and taking in our hands the palm branch, lulav, the citron, etrog, twigs of myrtle, hadas, and leaves of willow, arava. Part of the power of Sukkot is that you don't need to be wealthy to buy yourself the same leaves and fruit that wealthy people use. When it comes to Sukkot, what makes a hut more beautiful than a home is that there's no difference between the rich and the poor. We're all temporary residents on earth. And whether we're capable of pleasure, whether we found happiness, nonetheless, we can all collectively together feel joy, simcha. Sukkot is the time we ask a profound question. What makes a life worth living? Jews may have prayed on Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur to be written in the book of life, but Kohelet forces us to remember how brief and how vulnerable life actually is. From Tehillim, from the book of Psalms, teach us to count our days so we can capture a wise heart. What matters is not how long we live, but how intensely we feel that life is a gift that we repay by giving to others. Joy, simcha, the overwhelming theme of Sukkot, Zman Simchatenu, is what we feel when we know that it's a privilege just to be alive. But above all, Sukkot is the festival of insecurity. It's the honest acknowledgement that although life cannot be free of risk, we can face the future without fear when we know we're not alone. A grand edifice can be destroyed, but a sukkah, even if broken, can be rebuilt tomorrow. Security is not something we can achieve physically, but it's something we can acquire mentally, psychologically, and spiritually. Chag Sameach, Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you very much.
Toda.
We rise now for Aleinu, and if I can ask Margaret to come up and open the Ark for us. We are on page 586.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוציא שמיים ויוצא את הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושרינת עוזו בגופי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוציא שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומשך יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו וגופי מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, השמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
We're now moving into the Mourner's Kaddish on page 598. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born and a time to die. A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to break down and a time to build up. A time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to cast away stones and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing, a time to get and a time to lose, a time to keep and a time to cast away, a time to rend and a time to sow, a time to keep silence and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. For Shiva, we remember Robert Raymond and Maurice Westerhaus. For Shloshim, we remember Avi Wilner, Leonard Goldstein, and Hazel Kita. For Yahrzeits, we remember Ruth Avisar, aunt of Terry Boyd, Ernest Hoffman, uncle of Ray Findlay, Nell Schneider, mother of Judith Schneider, Emilia Sever, friend of Temple David, Jackie Samuel, daughter of Joy Rourke, sister of Joanne Samuel Dawson, Patricia Nolt, grandmother of Amanda Mace, Julia Williams, sister of Bernie Williams, Leah Maisel, grandmother of Judith Arkwright, Elsie Sahanow, grandmother of Stephanie Sahanow, Nate Zelona, grandfather of Stephanie Sahanow. If you would like to share the name of a loved one for Shiva, for Shloshim, or for Yahrzeits, I invite you to share their names out loud or in your heart at this time. Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for blessing. We join together and stand with one another as we say, Yitgadal v'yitkadash Shmei Rabbah. Be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayachon u'v'yomechon u'v'rahei d'chol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'bisman karif v'imru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ah v'yitroman v'yitnasei. V'yithada v'yithalei v'yithalal Shmei d'Kudesha brechu. Le'ela min kol bichata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata. Da'amiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'akol Yisrael ve'imru. Amen. Osei shalom b'imromav. Huya asei shalom. Aleinu ve'akol Yisrael ve'imru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. You may be seated. Just a few announcements. Tomorrow, 10:30, Shabbat service, as per normal. And then at 12:30 is coffee club. Next week, on Sunday, on Sunday, this Sunday, 20th of October, if you're up at 7:30 in the morning, switch on your television to Channel 7 Telethon to watch members of the Perth Jewish community, including Rabbi Kim, hand over a check for $10,000 from the Jewish community to Telethon. Over 10,000 now, says Rabbi Kim from the back. Then on Wednesday, 23rd of October, of course, at 6:30 p.m., we have got Erev Simchat Torah. We will unfurl one of our Torah scrolls all the way around the shul, dance with our Torah scrolls, and welcome our Chatan Torah and our Kalat Bereshit. And then on Thursday morning at 10:30, we've got Shmini Atzeret with Hallel and Yizkor, and then, of course, Simchat Torah morning service, and we will again dance with our Torah scrolls, and we will again welcome our Chatan Torah and Kalat Bereshit. Do come. In the evening, same day, Thursday, at 6 p.m., is the start of the communal Simchat Torah Yizkor service, followed by Simchat Torah celebration. Please see the link in Mahadash to book your free ticket. And this is the first time in a long time, and possibly ever, that we, Temple David, have been invited to participate and are welcomed with open arms. And it would be great to see lots of members of Temple David and friends of Temple David there to celebrate with the rest of the Jewish community. It's a time to mourn together, and it's a time to celebrate together. We have 3 save the dates as well. Sunday, 27th of October, is the rally against anti-Semitism. Never Again is now. There's a pre-event at 1:30 in the afternoon, and then the main event starts at 2:30 in the afternoon. And again, you need to book, but it's free, and there is a link in Mahadash. Wednesday, 30th of October, 12 noon, there is, of course, Schmooze Club. As always, great music, great entertainment, and great food. Then Pride Fest is in November. We have Pride Shabbat services at Temple David on the Friday and on the Saturday, 15th and 16th of November. And then the next day, on Sunday, the 17th of November, we will have a booth at the Pride Fair Day. And that takes place at the Supreme Court Gardens in the city. And we're looking for volunteers who can come for an hour or two to give those of us who plan to be there all day a break during the day. So it's an all-day thing. There's going to be many organizations all having booths dotted around the Supreme Gardens. And as I said, it would be lovely if some more people could come, even if just for an hour or two, and just give those of us who plan to be there all day just a break during the day, because it's a long day. And then, of course, Pride Parade will take place the following Saturday evening, 23rd of November, and Temple David will march in the parade as well. We will have music this year as well. More details about all the Pride events will follow in due course. For today, we just wanted to ask for volunteers, or start to ask for volunteers on Sunday, the 17th of November. And if you're available, let me know, or tomorrow Dan Parker is here as well. Let Dan know if you can help out. That's it as far as the announcements are concerned. So our final song is Im Tirzu on page 644.
Im Terzu, ein so agada, lihiotam chofshi be'atzeinu, be'eretz Zion, be'Yerushalayim Terzu, ein so agada, lihiotam chofshi be'atzeinu, be'eretz Zion, be'Yerushalayim. Shabbat Shalom, have a good week. Please join us for Kiddush in the foyer, and see you next week for Simrat Torah, dancing with our Torahs. What could be? Oh no, sorry, Kiddush in the Sukkah. Yes, sorry. Thanks very much, Jeffrey. We're definitely having Kiddush in the Sukkah.